What if I told you that everything you thought you knew about human storytelling was wrong? What if the very first stories ever told by humans weren't shared around campfires, but painted on cave walls over 50,000 years ago? Well, hold on to your hats because scientists have just made a discovery so incredible, so mind-blowing, that it's literally rewriting the history books right before our eyes. Deep inside a limestone cave on the Indonesian island of Sulawesi, researchers have uncovered something that will make you question everything you thought you knew about our ancient ancestors. They found cave paintings that are so old, they make the famous cave art from Europe look like yesterday's homework. We're talking about artwork that's over 51,000 years old. That's older than anything we've ever found before, and it's changing our entire understanding of when humans first started telling stories through art. Imagine this. While most of the world was covered in ice and our ancestors were just figuring out how to survive in a harsh, unforgiving world, some incredibly talented artists in Indonesia were creating masterpieces that would survive for over 50,000 years. These weren't just random scratches on a wall or simple drawings of animals. No, these paintings tell a complete story, with characters, action, and drama that would make Hollywood jealous. The cave where this amazing discovery was made is called Ling Karampwang, and it's hidden away in the Maros Pangkep region of South Sulawesi. This isn't some easily accessible tourist spot. This is a remote limestone cave that has been keeping its secrets for thousands of years, waiting for the right moment to reveal them to the world. The team of international scientists who made this discovery knew they were looking at something special, but even they couldn't have imagined just how special it would turn out to be. When the researchers first laid eyes on these paintings, they probably thought they were amazing but not necessarily groundbreaking. After all, cave paintings have been found all over the world. But then came the dating process, and that's when everything changed. Using an incredibly advanced technique called laser ablation uranium series imaging, they were able to determine the exact age of these paintings. The results were so shocking that they had to double-check and triple-check their work. The paintings were at least 51,200 years old, making them the oldest known narrative art in human history. But here's where it gets really interesting. These aren't just old paintings, they're old story paintings. Think about that for a moment. Over 50,000 years ago, when humans were still figuring out the basics of survival, some artists decided they wanted to tell a story. They wanted to share an experience, to communicate something important to future generations. And they chose to do it through art. The main scene that has captured the attention of the entire scientific community shows three human-like figures gathered around a massive red pig. But this isn't just a picture of people and an animal. The way the figures are positioned, the way they interact with the pig, and the details of the composition all suggest that this is depicting a specific moment in time, a specific story that the artist wanted to preserve forever. The pig itself is incredibly detailed and realistic. The ancient artist took great care to show its distinctive features, its size, and its importance in the scene. Scientists believe this might be depicting a hunting scene, perhaps a successful hunt that the community wanted to remember and celebrate. Or maybe it's showing a ritual or ceremony involving the pig. We may never know the exact story, but we can feel the emotion and intention behind it. What makes this discovery even more remarkable is that it completely changes our understanding of when humans first started thinking symbolically and communicating complex ideas through art. Before this discovery, most experts believed that the earliest narrative art came from Europe, created by our ancestors around 40,000 years ago. This Indonesian cave art pushes the timeline back by more than 10,000 years and moves the location halfway around the world. This means that our ancestors in Southeast Asia were already sophisticated storytellers and artists much earlier than anyone ever imagined. They had developed the cognitive abilities to think beyond their immediate needs, to create art that would communicate ideas and preserve memories. They understood the power of visual storytelling long before we thought they did. The implications of this discovery go far beyond just art history. This changes our understanding of human migration patterns, cultural development, and the spread of symbolic thinking around the world. If people in Indonesia were creating narrative art 51,000 years ago, what does that tell us about human intelligence and creativity during that time period? What other amazing discoveries are still waiting to be found in caves around the world? The scientists who made this discovery are part of an international team that includes researchers from Australia's Griffith University and the Centre for Prehistory and Austronesian Studies in Indonesia. They've been working in this region for years, carefully exploring caves and documenting the incredible art they contain. This latest discovery is the crown jewel of their efforts, but they're not stopping here. They believe there are even more amazing finds waiting to be uncovered. What's particularly fascinating about these Indonesian cave paintings is that they show humans and animals interacting in ways that suggest a complex understanding of relationships and storytelling. The human-like figures in the paintings aren't just standing around randomly. They're positioned in ways that suggest movement, action, and purpose. The artist clearly had a story to tell and knew exactly how to tell it through visual means. The technique used to create these paintings is also remarkable. The ancient artists used natural pigments, primarily red ochre, to create their masterpieces. They understood how to prepare these pigments, how to apply them to the rough cave walls, and how to create images that would last for thousands of years. This level of technical skill, combined with their artistic vision, shows that these weren't primitive people fumbling around in the dark. These were sophisticated artists with real talent and purpose. The discovery also raises fascinating questions about what other artwork might be hidden in caves around the world. If paintings this old can survive in the tropical climate of Indonesia, what might be preserved in caves in other parts of the world? Are there even older examples of human art waiting to be discovered? The possibility is both exciting and mind-boggling. One of the most exciting aspects of this discovery is how it changes our perception of our ancient ancestors. Too often, we think of early humans as barely getting by, focused only on survival and basic needs. But these paintings show us people who had time for art, who valued storytelling, and who wanted to leave something beautiful and meaningful for future generations. They were thinking beyond their immediate circumstances and creating something that would outlast their own lives. The dating technique used to determine the age of these paintings is itself a marvel of modern science. Laser ablation uranium series imaging allows scientists to analyze tiny samples of the mineral deposits that formed over the paintings without damaging the art itself. By measuring the decay of uranium isotopes in these deposits, they can determine exactly when the minerals formed, giving them a minimum age for the paintings beneath. This scientific precision is what makes this discovery so reliable and groundbreaking. There's no guesswork involved, no estimates or maybes. The science is clear: these paintings are over 51,000 years old, making them the oldest known narrative artwork in human history. The impact of this discovery extends beyond the scientific community. It's changing how we think about human creativity, intelligence, and cultural development. It's showing us that our ancestors were far more sophisticated than we ever imagined, capable of complex thought, artistic expression, and symbolic communication much earlier than we previously believed. For the people of Indonesia, this discovery is a source of incredible pride. Their land was home to some of the world's first storytellers, the first people to use art to communicate complex ideas and preserve important moments in time. The caves of Sulawesi are now recognized as one of the most important archaeological sites in the world, deserving of protection and study for generations to come. But perhaps most importantly, this discovery connects us to our shared human heritage in a profound way. When you look at these paintings, you're seeing the work of people who lived over 50,000 years ago, yet their desire to tell stories, to create beauty, and to communicate with others feels incredibly familiar and human. Despite the vast span of time that separates us, we can still feel the intention and emotion behind their art. The research team continues to explore the caves of Sulawesi, and they've already found additional paintings that are being analyzed and dated. Each new discovery has the potential to push back the timeline of human artistic achievement even further or to reveal new aspects of how our ancestors lived, thought, and expressed themselves. This discovery also highlights the importance of protecting archaeological sites around the world. These caves and their priceless artwork are fragile and vulnerable to damage from climate change, development, and human interference. Once these irreplaceable windows into our past are damaged or destroyed, they can never be recovered. The story of these ancient cave paintings reminds us that humans have always been storytellers. From the very beginning of our species, we've felt the need to share our experiences, to preserve our memories, and to communicate with others through art and symbols. This fundamental human drive to create and communicate has remained constant throughout our entire history. As we continue to study these remarkable paintings and search for even older examples of human art, we're not just learning about our past. We're discovering fundamental truths about what it means to be human. We're seeing that creativity, storytelling, and artistic expression aren't modern inventions but rather essential parts of human nature that have been with us from the very beginning. The next time you create something, whether it's a drawing, a story, a song, or even just a social media post, remember that you're participating in a tradition that goes back over 50,000 years. You're following in the footsteps of those ancient artists in Indonesian caves who decided that their stories were worth preserving, that their experiences mattered, and that future generations deserve to know about their lives. This incredible discovery in the caves of Sulawesi is more than just an archaeological find. It's a reminder of our shared humanity, our eternal desire to create and communicate, and our connection to the countless generations who came before us. These 51,000-year-old paintings are proof that the human spirit, the drive to create beauty and meaning, has been alive in us from the very beginning. What other amazing discoveries are waiting to be found? What other stories are hidden in caves around the world, waiting for the right moment to reveal their secrets? One thing is certain, our understanding of human history and creativity will continue to evolve as we uncover more evidence of our ancestors' remarkable achievements. If this incredible story of ancient cave paintings has blown your mind as much as it has blown mine, make sure you hit that like button to show your support for amazing archaeological discoveries like this one. Share this video with your friends and family because everyone deserves to know about this groundbreaking find that's changing everything we thought we knew about human history. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest discoveries that are reshaping our understanding of the past. Trust me, there are more incredible stories like this one coming, and you won't want to miss a single one. Until next time, keep wondering, keep exploring, and keep celebrating the amazing achievements of our incredible human ancestors.